Where do I even start when describing this particular points of interest video? Cueva de los Manos, or Cave of the Hands, is an amazing spot considering the many requirements for something like this to even exist still to this day. And we will definitely get into the details of those requirements. But first, as you can see, the visual landscape is the first thing to catch your eyes upon entering the area. Reached by traveling over miles and miles of unpaved gravel roads that only allow you to go so fast, by the time you've reached the parking area and visitor center, you definitely feel as if you've already worked just to arrive at the location. After waiting for our guide who gathered us all up, we received our introduction to the area, a little history about the place, and then were pointed in the right direction and led on down through the canyon towards our destination. The Pinturas River running through the area gives life to the wildlife and vegetation in the canyon, which otherwise is surrounded on all sides by desert and dry terrain. This is an extremely isolated location, and the local population would travel from all over vast distances to come here and make their marks. Alright, time for some of those fun little factoids I was talking about earlier that have contributed to this place even existing still to this day. The region gets very little rainfall, and the caves are all angled in such a way as to prevent rain from hitting the walls when it does. Also, much of the area is situated as to avoid direct sunlight for continuous periods of time throughout the day, helping to preserve the art from weathering as well. The estimates on age for the paintings is really astounding, and considering all the factors that have made it possible for us to have viewed it, I was extremely grateful for the opportunity to have traveled here, and it was no small task, as the closest town is Perito Moreno, which is 100 miles north and takes twice as long as usual to reach because of the state of the roads leading here. Walking down along the walls and towards the deeper caves, if you pay attention, you can start to see all the different little details in the hand paintings and other artwork. Black, whites, reds, purples, and yellow colors have all been used to create the various shapes. Hand images were negative painted using hollow sticks or reeds to blow a powder across their hands when placed against the rocks. The majority of the hands found here are left-handed, denoting the higher percentage of right-handed visitors. There are even several six-finger hands, which can have a special connotation to many ancient civilizations. However, it wasn't made clear if any of that was applicable here amongst this particular culture. The actual walls and caves are protected by large, sturdy fencing running the length of the areas covered by the hand paintings. When I asked about it, it unfortunately really wasn't a shock to hear about the reasoning behind its installation. At some point, vandals had come in and spray painted and defaced certain areas of these ancient artworks. You can still see this graffiti today, as it was decided it was better to leave it alone rather than risk any further damage to the paintings with cleanup efforts. I'm sad to say that if you travel enough, you see this type of behavior all over the world from people who have no respect for the history or culture they are defacing, which is truly a shame. Focusing back in on the beauty of the place, the history, and all the stories each one of these paintings told, we began to move back into the mindset of appreciation for our surroundings. There are plenty of excellent spots to stop and take pictures, video, or just appreciate the views along your way down the canyon, with a few overlooks down to the river valley and back up to the high canyon walls. During the day, the sun can really beat down on you, so sunscreen isn't a bad idea, as well as some water to quench your thirst. All in all, you can walk the area in an hour or two, but I'd suggest a slow stroll through with your guide, listening for all the little tidbits of info they are sure to give before taking your time heading back up on your own. And seriously plan out your trip well if trekking out to this site. Car problems or anything that can leave you stranded would be a major issue, as there is literally nothing for miles and miles around. Even the wild animals have a hard time out here making it, and you are sure to see evidence of that on your travels in and out just as we did. Thank you so much for all your support. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot and goes a long way towards helping us grow. You can stay up to date with us over on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks so much, and hope to see you out in the world. Alright, Valerie's throwing a hissy fit right now. We just airplaned her some food, but she's had to get some more.
Hey, Jude.